So, you ride everything, regardless of distance, terrain, or weather. This is the motorcycle that can handle it all, just like you. Meet the 2020 CRF1100 Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES. Yes, you're right. The ES stands for electronic suspension, and that's not the only upgrade we've got in store. First, let's start with the most obvious difference. Some of you will have noticed that I said this is the 2020 CRF1100. This engine now has 1,084 cc's of displacement, making it the most powerful adventure sports to date. That's a 7% overall power increase with 6% more torque thanks to careful engine refinements like increasing the piston stroke, installing larger throttle bodies, and updating the cylinder head and ECU settings. This engine has a bore and stroke of 92mm by 81.5mm, a 10:1 compression ratio, and like all Honda motorcycles, that power delivery is predictable and smooth. Along with the addition in power, you'll find more refined control. Honda has updated the Adventure Sports ES throttle-by-wire system, making it more responsive. This allows for more accurate management of the engine's output and gives you the nuanced performance you need for highly technical riding. To help you on those cross-country tours, the 2020 CRF1100 Adventure Sports ES now comes with 4 drive modes: Tour, Urban, Gravel, and the all-new Off-Road mode. Each mode presets your power delivery, engine braking, ABS settings, and traction control to suit whatever style of ride you're on. But for times when you want more control, there are now 2 separate, fully customizable user modes. This is also the most technologically advanced adventure bike Honda has ever made. And that's thanks to a newly updated and extremely sophisticated Bosch inertial measurement unit. Essentially, the IMU is the brain of this bike. It monitors 6 axes of input variables and sends that data to other critical systems like ABS, HSTC, electronic suspension, and wheelie control. These systems then make adjustments in real time to give you total control. Let's say you're taking a corner on an incline and the ground is a little soft. This bike will assist in real time by delivering the correct amount of torque needed to the rear wheel, while also making micro adjustments to your electronic suspension and ABS to get you up that hill and through that corner. Furthering this bike's next generation appeal is Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth connectivity. Getting going with Apple CarPlay is as easy as plugging your phone in here. And everything becomes accessible via the new, bright, and easy-to-read 6.5-inch TFT touchscreen display. And it's all completely weatherproof. And finally, while we're talking about tech, you asked for it, so we delivered. The 2020 CRF1100 Adventure Sports ES now has cruise control, perfect for when you hit that long straightaway between trails. Up front, we can see that the Twin's trademark dual LED headlights are set a little higher than before, adding greater visibility at night. Also standard are self-canceling turn signals. And check this out. New for 2020, the Adventure Sports ES has cornering headlights, which work with the IMU to increase the spread of your headlights as you turn. For those of you who've ridden where it's dark, like really dark, you're gonna love this feature. The windscreen is now fully adjustable with 5 different height settings, and for those late season, way up north or wet rides, the Adventure Sports ES comes standard with heated grips. Now, like I mentioned earlier, front and back we've equipped the 2020 Adventure Sports ES with a Showa electronically controlled suspension that has 9 inches of travel in the front and 8.7 inches in the rear. Now if you hit the brakes hard, it'll compensate to prevent excessive pitching, or it'll help prevent bottoming out on more technical trails by modulating stiffness. This new electronic suspension system works with the IMU to automatically adjust your damping force relative to the ride mode you're in. In addition, there are 4 other electronic suspension modes you can choose from: soft, mid, hard, and off-road. And there's also a fully customizable user mode that lets you personalize your suspension feel. That's not all. There are even preload settings, so whether you're riding 2-up or with luggage, setting your suspension has never been quicker or easier. Okay, let's talk about something that is super important for long on-off-road tours: your riding position. For 2020, Honda has raised the handlebars, giving you a more comfortable upright riding position, plus a slimmer seat that has 2 height settings. At the back, you've got an LED brake light, and to keep up with this year's increase in power, there's a new sport-tuned exhaust, with technology taken from the CBR1000RR. For starters, it has a variable exhaust control valve. What does that do? Well, I could walk you through how it enhances higher RPM performance, but I know what you really want to know. How does it sound? In one word, intense. With an exciting high-end roar and an aggressive low-end rumble, the 2020 CRF1100 Adventure Sports ES really has some new character. Okay, here's a few facts you might be looking for. The 2020 Adventure Sports ES is available in 2 transmissions, a 6-speed manual traditional gearbox or a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission. The engine is a single overhead cam liquid-cooled 4-stroke 8-valve parallel twin with a 270-degree crank and unicam design, which creates the engine's distinctive pulse. It comes stock with aggressive Adventure Sports fairings, giving you extended wind protection, an aluminum panel and carrier, skid plate, and an accessory socket perfect for heated gear. The Adventure Sports fuel tank is larger than the standard Africa Twin at 24.8 liters. This healthy reserve and Honda fuel efficiency means this Adventure Sports is always ready for those longer, more remote rides. And finally, front and rear, the Adventure Sports now has tubeless tires. For more information about the 2020 CRF1100 Adventure Sports ES and its accessories, visit your local dealer or honda.ca.